Hello everyone and welcome back once again to the Chariot series from myself, Critical Rocket, and we're looking at the last version you can build in MWO, and this is pretty straightforward. Kitfox W. The W basically stands for Wolf's Dragoons, or Wolf, or however you want to interpret it. Basically it's like an evolution of the version that was used by Phelan Wolf when he was doing one of his trials for position, I think? Yeah, or it's part of his training or something like that. When he was grabbed, basically, it was set up by Natasha Kerensky. So his original version was 2 ER large and 2 medium pulses. This version is 2 large pulse, 2 medium pulse. Now, the biggest drawback you can have with this is you have to have less armor. It's the only way to build this thing. You can strip off a fair amount from the arms, which already had a lot. The double-edged sword of that is that all your weapons are in your arms. It's a large pulse in each arm and a medium pulse in each arm. So it's a good punch for its size. Obviously, the Kitfox always does well at speed. It's good profile. Can usually stay below a lot of the terrain around it. So yeah, it doesn't have any problems there. I did really enjoy this build. It's hot. Firing the large pulse and the medium pulse together will quickly overheat you. However, you can get a couple of alphas out of it before you start to hit the red line, which is pretty decent because you can do some very good damage with this thing in a relatively short space of time. And I don't think many players are actually expecting a Kitfox to have such a direct damage build right from the off. I think most people expect Kitfoxes nowadays to be equipped with things like either it's the C version with the AMS and ECM, or they're expecting some build that utilizes a bunch of smaller scale missiles, or like one big ballistic, like a Ultra AC-20 or something like that. Not expecting like a pure energy build. I don't think many people are expecting from these mechs currently. With the new heat mechanics introduced, you do bleed off a lot of that heat a lot quicker than you used to, which does make this mech quite useful. I've noticed that a lot of if anything, I don't think this has actually hampered the clan high alpha gameplay. What it's done is it's made it slightly more dicey to keep firing, but it actually rewards you by obviously allowing you to bleed the heat off quicker. I don't know whether that was intentional. No one seems to have complained about it. It does seem to have altered a lot of the nuance of playing sort of laser vomit builds anyway, because you have a slight risk reward mechanic in the sense that you can alpha strike and it will spike you a bit quicker, but you can reduce that heat a lot faster. I don't know if PGI have any other plans really to sort of advance beyond this as the first step. I'd say it's a first step in readjusting how the heat scale works in the game. It could probably do with a couple of more iterations just to make it, perfect. Whether they will or not is a totally different matter. So I'm sure they have the metrics to look at. But this model is quite fun. There's actually quite a few W variants of battle mechs out there. It's the Wolf's Dragoons or Kellhounds or Phelan Wolf or whomever came up with many different clan variations of mechs of their own and made them unique. Another aspect of the hero worshipping of groups like the Wolf's Dragoons within the Battletech universe from the writing team. But this is one that I can understand why they did it, because it's pretty good. So yeah, I would actually recommend checking this one out. The configuration looks a bit odd. It's kind of sad that the weapons are in a sort of awkward positioning, because one arm has one of the large pulses on the top right of the arm, or the right of the arm, whereas the other one will have both of them lit under the arm. So one of your large pulses will have slightly more height than the other one. You'll notice that when I fired that the right hand large pulse has a higher angle than the left hand one, which is strange. And with LSAS it means that sometimes you're going to miss your left arm shots more than your right arm shots because you've got one of your weapons. So you can see that they're off center from each other. They're not parallel when they fire, which is strange why that happens. I guess it's because the arm of the Kitfox is asymmetrical, so one is obviously lower down, the other one's higher up, but I don't know why the weapons were just mounted in the same positions when they're looking at each other. I was extremely lucky there. That was a Fafnir that was nearly dead. He went for it, charging in. He would have torn me up if he still had both of his UAC 20s. I've seemed to be able to absorb a lot of damage in this. I don't know what was going on. And despite the fact that it felt like I did a lot, my damage was shy of 300, which was annoying. I think I got like 260 something in this, which I thought I did a lot more. Which is a bit frustrating, because I do really like the build, and I think it is quite viable, actually, if you haven't tried it out yourself. It is fun. It allows you to, you know, simply get down to the job of murderizing mechs. You've got a good punch. The heat's not too bad. Skill this thing up as well, some better heat scale, speed tweak it, some armor quirks. Yeah, you should be pretty good, to be honest. I can't really say it's got any drawbacks. No ammo reliance, don't have to worry too much about range being a factor, because your large pulses are still pretty decent. You've still got 600 odd meter range on them. So yeah, it's not bad. It's probably one of my favourites. I think I'll keep this one equipped with this build, because I've often wanted to find something that will work with the old Kit Fox that's more my kind of playstyle, and I think I finally found it. The W. So yeah. That concludes the Kit Foxes. 2 weeks of chassis videos, which has been different in the first time I've ever done that. So next time it's going to be an in-sphere mech. So we're rotating back to the spheroids. I'll have to have a look, see what's available. Sadly, I don't think I can do an Cyrus, because there's no other variant. It kind of sucks. The heavy PPC one is kind of off the table. Oh well. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good week, and I'll catch you then. Bye!